We've all been there, right? You sit down to study, you've got your coffee, your highlighters, a whole mountain of books, but you read the same line over and over and just nothing. Instead of focus, you feel this panic rising in your chest. So what do? You drink more coffee, but it doesn't help. It just makes you more anxious. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you're going to want to stick around because today we're fixing it. Seriously, does that feeling hit home? Do you ever feel completely burned out during exam season? Or even worse, you start to feel like you're just dumb, like your brain has decided to completely clock out right when you need it the most. Well, I'm here to tell you that feeling is very real, but the reason for it isn't what you think. Okay, so here's the most important thing you need to hear. You are not weak and you are not dumb. Your biological hardware is basically having a blue screen error. This isn't some failure of willpower, it's a physical problem. You've accidentally fried your dopamine receptors and spiked your stress hormones, and your brain is just screaming for help. So, how can you know for sure if your hardware is on the fritz? Well, the first sign is what I call the dopamine crash. And we can actually test for it with a super simple 5-minute focus challenge. So here's the test. Can you focus on a textbook for just 5 minutes without feeling that magnetic pull, that irresistible itch to check your phone? If you can't, it's not because your history chapter is boring. It's because your brain is in withdrawal. You've trained it to want a tiny reward, a little dopamine hit, every 10 seconds from scrolling. Studying just can't compete with that. You're literally trying to memorize a syllabus with an addicted brain.
Now let's get to sign number 2, and you'll see how these things build on each other. This one is the cortisol spike. And yeah, I'm looking at all you coffee lovers out there. We need to talk about the caffeine panic loop. Have you ever had that really weird physical sensation where you are absolutely exhausted, your body feels heavy, but your heart is just pounding in your chest? You're physically wiped out, but mentally, you're just wired with anxiety? That feeling? That's a massive biological red flag. And here is exactly why that happens. You feel stressed about exams, so you drink coffee to get some energy. But when you're already stressed, that caffeine overdose triggers a huge release of cortisol. That's your body's main stress hormone. Suddenly, your body flips into fight or flight mode. You are biologically ready to run from a tiger, not solve a physics problem. This is the exact loop that causes that infamous exam blankout, where you know the material, but your brain just can't seem to access it. Okay, so your hardware is broken. How do we fix it? Here's the good news. You don't need more motivation. You need a biological factory reset. I'm going to give you 2 incredibly simple system hacks that will reboot your brain. First on the list is the digital sunset. That blue light from your phone, your laptop, your TV, it's tricking your brain. It makes your brain think it's still noon, even when it's midnight. And that blocks the production of melatonin, which is your natural sleep hormone. The fix could not be simpler. 30 minutes before you want to be asleep, turn off all the screens. Read a real book, write in a journal, just let your brain do what it was designed to do. The second hack is something I call forest bathing. And no, you don't need an actual forest for this. Look, if you've been stuck inside studying for 12 hours straight, your brain just gets sluggish. All you have to do is go outside for 10 minutes. Stand in the sunlight. If you can, just look at some trees. And this isn't some spiritual advice. This is pure biology. Sunlight resets your internal body clock, your circadian rhythm, and it gives you a much-needed boost of serotonin. That's the chemical that helps stabilize your mood. So that's it. That is your reboot protocol. It really is that simple. A digital sunset every night to fix your sleep, and 10 minutes of forest bathing every day to fix your mood and your energy. I promise you, these 2 habits alone can fundamentally change your ability to study. But what if you've done the reboot? You're sitting at your desk, and your brain just will not cooperate. For those moments, you need an advanced tool. Think of this as your special power-up, the audio focus shield. Because, let's be real, sometimes when all else fails, you have to stop asking your brain to focus and start forcing it to. And we can use a really simple piece of tech you already have to do it: your headphones. Here's how it works. Your brain is constantly scanning your environment for threats or distractions. A car horn, a dog barking, someone talking in the other room. You can block all of that with 2 types of audio. White noise just masks those background sounds, basically telling your brain, hey, there's nothing out here to scan for. Binaural beats, specifically around the 40 hertz mark, are a bit more advanced. They can actually help sync your brainwaves into a state that's perfect for deep focus. So just pop on your headphones, play one of these, and create a focus shield against the rest of the world. So, let's bring this all home. The single most important thing to take away from this is that an exam isn't just a test of your knowledge, it's a test of your biology. You have to stop treating your brain like a dustbin you can just pour endless caffeine and stress into. Start treating it like a high-performance machine that needs proper maintenance. You don't need more motivation, you need less cortisol and more sleep.
So if you're ready to stop fighting your biology and start working with it, I want you to make a commitment to yourself right now. Go down to the comments and type brain reboot to signal that you are officially taking back control of your own hardware. Fix the machine and I guarantee you the grades will follow.